the One Handy Kitchen. Today I'm going to be making wholemeal and oat biscuits. Not dissimilar to graham crackers or digestive biscuits. So let's get started. You can do this by hand in a bowl and rub your butter into your flours. I prefer to use my sort of processor. I bought this in a charity shop for about €5. And the reason it was so cheap is because this is the only attachment I've got for this. But it is perfect for my pastries and everything that I do that I need to gently mix. Okay, so first of all, in this bowl I have wholemeal flour. I've also placed a good teaspoon of salt, so in that goes. In this bowl I have my homemade oat flour. Now this is so easy to make. You just pop ready oats, rolled oats, whatever you can get, and they're very, very cheap. You put them into a food processor and just blitz until you get this fine powder. So I'm using 35 grams of oat flour in my biscuits. Oats are just really good for you. Next, I'm using sugar. Now I'm using soft brown sugar or cane, unprocessed cane sugar. Again, it's the healthier option and it is really good for these biscuits. You need just a good teaspoon of baking powder. We want these to rise a tad, but not a huge amount. We're not making a cake. I'm just going to give these a little bit of a stir, just to blend them a tad before I put in my butter. Now this is unsalted because I've added salt. If you are going to use salted butter, just put a little less salt in to the mix. Okay, we're going to pop the lid on. And this is the bit that if you've got two hands, or if you're good at rubbing in, you can do this bit by hand. As I said, I'm not going to. So I need to pulse this, and then what I'm going to do is process this until it looks like breadcrumbs. As you can see, we've processed this down now to breadcrumby looking bits, and all of the butter has been incorporated. That's what we're looking for. Okay, so I'm now going to transfer this into a bowl. Just make sure I've got it all, because sometimes it just sticks a bit. There we go. We're going to make a well in the centre, and we're going to pop in the milk. I'll give you the weights and measurements at the end of the video. Then I'm going to take a maurice or a wooden spoon or something, just get this started coming together. This is actually quite a dry mix, so don't be worried if it's not all damp and soggy. Right, take that off. My spoon. Now I have some wholemeal flour here, just to make my hand a little bit stick proof. And what we're going to do is bring this all together into one lump now. Bit messy, as you can see. Okay, so once you've picked all the bits up, you don't need your bowl anymore. So I'm going to pop this on my mat. What I need to do is just flour off my surface and try and get this into a sort of fairly round shape without the sides all cracking. There we go. I'm going to keep this at the ready in case I need it. but generally you don't need too much flour. Now we're going to roll this fairly thin. Don't forget we've got raisin agent in here, and we're not looking for cakes, we're looking for biscuits. Right, and just all I'm going to do is just keep this a little bit dry. I don't want to be adding too much flour to this. Okay, so you can see this really is quite thin. They will rise up, as I said, ever so slightly when we bake them. Now, I've got 2 tins at the ready, and all I've done is line these with a little bit of parchment paper. I've put a little bit of oil underneath just to keep them in place. I've got a cookie cutter. You can use cookie cutter of your choice. Now this one's about 8 centimetres, yeah, about 8 centimetres. I've got a palette knife because I will need to be lifting these because they may be slightly stuck. And then I want to put some holes into my biscuits. I've tried skewers before, but they don't make big enough holes, but this is perfect, and this is the dough hook off of my hand mixer. Okay, so onwards and upwards, here we go. I'm going to cut my biscuit out, then using my hook, I'm going to dip it in the flour, and then I'm going to just make holes through here. As you can see, just make it as a pattern, it's fine. That will stop our biscuits from rising too much, and it looks pretty too. If you've got a graham cracker or biscuit cutter, digestive biscuit cutter, you're well away, but me, I don't have these things, so I'm going to keep on getting as many biscuits as I can out of my mix, and then once I've done that, we can bake them. Okay, I'm going to continue with these, and I'll see you when I've got them all done. Okay, so I've stopped rolling out at the moment, and I have 22 biscuits from this recipe. Clearly, you can double the recipe if you want to make more, but this is a nice amount of biscuits, I think, certainly for our house. Now, I've tried to keep them at the same thickness. This is perfect. I don't know if you can see this. This thickness is absolutely perfect for these biscuits. As you can see, I've got 1 or 2 that are a little bit thicker, but if you make them too thick, just pop them in the oven for an extra minute, 2 minutes, so that they crispen up like the rest. So, I'm now going to cook these in my Ninja. It's all ready to go, and I'm going to cook these for 16 minutes on 180. This is fan assisted, but I'll give you all of the temperatures and timings at the end of the video. Okay, so my first batch of biscuits are out of the oven, and as you can see, they're just like a golden brown. So I'm now going to pop these onto a wire rack, and I'm going to cool these completely. They're looking beautiful, aren't they? I'll see you when they're cooled down, and we'll do the taste test. Can't wait. Okay, so we're back. Here are my beautiful biscuits. They're looking absolutely as they should. So, here we go. What we're looking for in these is for them to be crisp, but not overly crisp. Oh, did you hear that? Now these are looking just as they should. Now, I put these in my fan assisted oven for 18 minutes. Perfect. 20 minutes if you're in a conventional oven. Well, no doubting that these are crispy. They are lovely. Now what's good about these is they're not overly sweet. I've reduced the amount of sugar that I would normally put into these. Also, because they're wholemeal, and I've had an addition of oat flour as well, they're actually more healthy than not. Because they're less sweet, you can have these with cheese easily, or you can just eat them. Now, as long as you don't eat too many, these are not that unhealthy. They can also be blitzed to make the base for your cheesecakes. So they're perfect, in my opinion. Well, I hope you enjoyed what you saw today. This is such an easy recipe. Nothing I do is complicated, to be honest with you. But I'm making darn good food here. Please like, subscribe, hit the bell to see me make more affordable, beautiful food. Thank you for watching.